Hello everyone, welcome back. We're having a nasty storm out there, so hopefully it's not too noisy. Right, so I brought in this juniper. It's kind of the time of year now for me anyway, over here, to start doing a bit of clear out on my junipers. And we're going to have a lot of wet weather now coming in, and the more dense the junipers and that are, the less wind can get through them, the more chance of diseases and bugs and stuff. So I like to try and clean them out a bit before the heavy rains come out continuous, and just thin them out. So we'll start with this one today. Just bring the camera in a little bit more. So since I had this tree, there was a big branch on here and chopped off, which kind of came down and kind of was like a cascade branch down here, which I didn't really like, so I got rid of it. And other than that, I've just been standing it as is, but I've always been confused with which way I wanted to have the front. So it was either going to be this way, the trunk kind of comes up, goes over, round, kind of does a bit of a twist, and then back up around the back here, and it comes round. So I could have this as the front, and then you have this here, or I could have this as the front, and have the tree kind of coming towards you more. And I'm kind of leaning towards this way, to be honest. Although this way is kind of okay too, you get to see a bit of the trunk. This way it's kind of hidden a lot more, and it's kind of maybe a little confusing with the back there behind this, and you get all this kind of lump at the front. If I was going to do it this way as the front, I think I'd have to eventually repot it so it was like that. So maybe that would be something we could work on. I do have a bit of a dead wood here. We could maybe open that up a bit more. It's always hard. I'd rather it when you just had one choice. This way you kind of get rid of that big chunky bit back here, but does it look a bit weird having the tree growing and kind of heading back into the background? I know it kind of comes back forward then, but I don't know. Maybe we can style it both ways. Maybe we can have it so it's styled both ways, which doesn't really solve my problem. But maybe for now, we'll just kind of do a bit of styling and try and get it so it looks good in both directions. So we'll go with this for now as our front. Now we're going to kind of be looking at the side of it, so I'll have to kind of just keep turning it around. Maybe I should put it on a bigger turntable so that little table is on the turntable as well. So I'll just take them off in a minute. Put up a big turntable up here, and then when we put it up like that, we can spin it easy enough. Okay, so we'll go with this as our front for now, and we'll work on that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is do a bit of a clean out, get rid of any dead branches and stuff. Now there is some wire on it already from before. Some of the branches still have the wire on, so we can maneuver them into place and then work from there. So I'm just going to clean out the underneaths here. Branch here which is kind of growing up, so we'll take that one off. So the whole branch could be slightly turned. what I want to do is try and create different levels. So again, we'll just keep taking out the underneath bits and pruning off any of the growing tips and things. Try and reduce it back so we get more airflow through it, and hopefully it'll stay healthy then through the winter and the wet months. So it gets pretty wet over here. We only rarely get snow. A few years back we got really heavy snow, but normally we don't really get snow, but we do get a lot of rain. Winters can be very wet and rain for, like today now, it's an orange warning for heavy rain, and it's just been raining all day, and it's going to keep raining all through the night and right through tomorrow. So you got to kind of prepare your trees for what weather you get, wherever you're from. So that's right, I'm preparing mine for the rains. Because if I don't clean it out, you get a lot of moisture being held inside the tree and the air isn't getting in, which is not kind of good for the tree. You need some air circulation in through the branches. Nope. A couple of branches here. One branch here, I think we could get rid of it. I'm going to take that one off completely. Another one just after it, so we'll keep that one. We'll take that one inside out. And we'll clean out any of the crotches areas. Okay, so we're kind of getting this bottom bit sorted a bit. I'm not going to go through and wire every little branch and things, just trying to create gaps for now. It's not like it's going in a shore or anything like that, it's just to tidy it up a bit basically for the winter. And I'll try and get round to doing all my junipers like this if I can before the winter comes. Well, I'd say before the rains come, but they're already here. This branch here has no wire on it at all. Let's see, do we need to put a bit of wire on it in a minute? So we clear out everything else. This one here has no wire on it either, so you could put a bit on that one, but again, we'll wait and see once we have it all cleared out if we need to do any of that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to be a while now just going through the tree doing this, so we'll just pause the video for a minute. Okay, so at the moment I'm just working on the back. And like that, I'm just trying to create separation between the pads, clean them out, and where one branch is on top of another or next to another one, and they're crossing and intertwining with each other. I'm just trying to create some space between them so that you've got some gaps in the branches they can flow through. Sometimes it means just pruning it back a bit, sometimes it means taking off a whole branch. This tree's probably got a couple of branches more than it needs, to be honest, in the wrong places as well. Some could be taken out, but I'll leave the bulk of them, just get them cleaned out a bit until we do decide on the front and we give it its repot, and then at least we'll know which branches we really want. So again, you can just kind of pinch off these bottom ones, pull them off, but I prefer cut them off, to be honest, myself, rather than just plucking them out. I just feel it can be, I feel myself, it feels you could end up tearing off a branch or something you don't want to. So it's not that difficult to go in underneath the branch and just pull the bits you want off down and just snip above them. Okay, so we're starting to create some nice gaps now. I'm not sure if you can tell the difference, but if we look at the amount we're taking off, and these are just the kind of some of the bigger branches and stuff, so we've taken off a fair bit to clean it out. I don't know how much of that you can see, but stick that back a little bit. Now, for the actual structure of the tree itself, it's actually not too bad. I have this branch coming down here at the front, I have one here at this side, so one here, got this little one back here. There's actually no wire on that one, it could be a bit low, but if we twist the main branch slightly we can bring that up. So probably around here maybe will be the front. Again, this part here, it's actually kind of spiraling. It kind of goes round here, round here. I did do some carving on it a couple of years back, but it's all closed in now from here. I could reopen that to create more deadwood on this end, this piece here. I don't know how it looks on the camera. Does it look too chunky there? Or would I be better to drop the tree and go back to having this as the front? I could maybe lift it a slight bit. Let's see if I've got a piece of wood or something. Maybe lift it a slight bit like that. I could bring this branch around more, this back branch, if I was to have this as the front. We've still got a little bit more clutter up here than we need. So again, I'll just, where the two branches are overlapping each other, we'll just clean it out. me know what you think. Should I stick with this? Would I go with this as the front, or should I lift it up and go with this as the front? I think it would have to be lifted to about there, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's clean that out. There's plenty of airflow can get through there now. So we'll put that one back out in the storm, and we'll have a look at another one. You'll always keep seeing little branches sticking down here and there, but like I said, I'm not being overly fussy of the styling of it now. This is just for the health of the tree, try and get it opened up so the wind can get in there. Okay, we'll bring in another one and we'll have a look. Okay, so this is another one. Again, it's got really nice tight foliage on this one. This one was one of these essy kind of silly trees, and the top had a big curl down on it, so I laid the top off, which is this piece, which I have now growing as a cascade, and it's growing pretty good. I cleared off all the branches down on this side, and I just ginned all this side, as you can see. So we will do a job on this one. Maybe we'll do this one on the next video. We'll just have a look at the air layer one for now. Let that one dry out a bit. We'll just have a look at this little guy. I'll put him up on a taller tree. Yeah, so this was an air layer off that one, and as you can see, it's grown quite good. So again, now with this one, we will just prune it back a bit, take out some of the downward facing growth, take off these growing tips. We'll just kind of storm is really brewing up now. Hopefully my trees will be okay. Last time we had my forest that I have growing on my sloped rock that I made, and blew over the whole thing, landed on some other trees. As far as I can see, nothing got damaged. Luckily, I don't know how that everything managed to survive, but it seems to be okay. So I've moved that one now to a bit of a safer place, hopefully. Way back around there. Again, with this one, we're not so worried about the styling of it. It's kind of already got a bit of a styling, and more so just giving it a cleaning out, creating spaces between the layers. More so for health reasons, and it always looks a little bit better anyway when you have a bit of spacing going on. I have this branch here, I don't know if I like it. I don't think we need that one. I'll take that one off completely. So I'll just go in. I won't go all the way back to the branch because it has a wire on it, so that wire is anchoring another branch. So I'll just take it off, leaving a stump. Back here, branch, which is kind of dangling down a bit, so just tidy that one up. Well, first of all, we have this one up here. Again, it's kind of wondering, do I need it? thinking I don't. And I'll take that one out all completely as well. Again, that's helping to create some space. So if you get a tree like this with one of these horrible S's on it and you don't like it, just lay the top off, and then you can create cascades and stuff. You know, don't just chop it off, because there's a free tree there. May as well lay it off. I just don't like the way they have these commercially grown S's. They look so false to me in trees, so I normally like to try and figure out a way of getting rid of that S. And I have this branch back here, and it's not great either. I'm going to take that off. Right back. And we'll just grow out this one piece here. So if you do live in a wet climate, I would recommend you do this before it gets too, its continuous rain comes, because all that moisture will be kept inside the tree, and you'll be getting fungicides and all kind of stuff like that you don't want. Okay, so that's pretty much okay for this one. Seem to be, there's one branch back there, probably don't need it, but we'll leave it for now. It's not doing any harm right now. Okay, so this doesn't look too good now. We have got in here we can maybe take back. Some going down here we've missed. Okay, again, this isn't styling where we want beautiful perfect pads, it's just a little bit of a clean out. Okay, I will do a bit of a weeding. You see the whole top of the pot is covered in weeds and a slug, so we'll get rid of him. So now we just dig the tweezers in, because it's so wet now. Hopefully we'll get all the roots. Always best to do the weeding when your trees are soaking wet. So that's when you get the roots pulling out easy of the weeds. Take it back a layer, because what happens is the weeds grow and the moss and that fill up to the top of the pot, especially for small narrow pots like this, and then when the rains come or when you're watering, the water just washes off and over the sides. So you want to try and get it down so you have a bit of a lip when the pot's narrow, especially because a little bit of water that does catch in here, you want it to soak down into the roots and not just wash over the top. This is still the sphagnum moss from where I laid it. Maybe next year we'll be able to do a repot on it and clean out all that sphagnum moss. Some of these weeds roots are going right down into the bottom of the pot. There's one here doesn't want to come out. Oh, we got it. Scrape off this bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. All them out. Moss off the trunk in here, and we're good to go. Okay, so that one looks okay. It's all cleaned out, ready to go back on the bench. The other one I've already put out, and like that we'll do a bit of a job on this one. Maybe on the next video. Needs a bit of a clean out. We'll redo the dead wood. And again, need to give that a good weeding. So I might leave that in here for the night and we'll let it dry out a bit. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully the storm doesn't damage too many trees, or hopefully none, but it seems to be more rain than wind. It's a bit windy, but not as windy as it can get. So touch wood, everything goes not too bad. Right, so as always, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think about the first tree, which front you preferred, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.